No countdown. Just hit us with it, huh?
I guess so. That was weird. Welcome. Welcome, man. One and all.
I might be better off going with my hotspot.
Trying to figure. We're having some serious internet issues right now. It seems like. Trying on.
Here we go. I went over it on my
road.
Hotspot. Hopefully that's helping.
Can you hear me, Trav?
All right, you got me now? I can hear you now. I just switched over to my hotspot for whatever reason. The hotel Wi-Fi wasn't working.
That was probably
the hotel
I can't wait to go back and watch it. Yeah. The intro to that was the weirdest that we've ever had. It was rough. Like, first of all, we didn't think the video we have the countdown always. We didn't think it came on. And so I'm already talking, and then it's like, oh, the video's on, and then it's like, oh, you're live, and I'm like, I'm talking. I'm like, Trav, are you there? And it's So anyways, we are officially live, I believe, from JP and Travis on YouTube, Travis and Travis's Instagram. And welcome in one all. As you know, I'm the host with the most, JP. And to my right is my brother, co-host, and friend, Travis J. Davison. Travis, how are you feeling, brother? How are we doing?
Exhausted, to be honest. I'm very glad we are doing this a little bit early. It's big time because for those of you that don't know, Team Sports Consulting Group this week is at the American Baseball Coaches Association show in Columbus, Ohio. So, we presented today, get up on stage and yapped for 40 minutes about our product. It was cool. Got a lot of really good leads. Excited about it. Very nice hotel down here in Columbus, downtown Columbus, right connected to the convention center. For those of you that know, I'm on carnivore. I usually do carnivore in January. So I cooked myself a pork chop on an electric panini press in the hotel bathroom. So turned on the hot shower so the steam would keep it going. And I've got a pork chop right here. So freshly seared. So anyways, doing great. Jason Witten gets hired as the new tight end coach. Ironically, I'm going to consult at his former now athletic department, Liberty Christian, next week. Man, you talk about crazy tight end room. You go from what you had, at least production-wise, I don't want to speak personally on any of those guys, but you go from that to Hayden Hansen, Rocky Beers, and Jason Witten. And you're probably going to now be able to go get another tight end, and not just tight end 3. You could, who knows who you could get with Jason at the helm. So portal's been great. Sorry for our Texas friends. Portal has not been as friendly as it's been to Oklahoma so far. A lot of your targets, a lot of your players, former 5 stars leaving. I think 4 of their running backs left. They missed out on the Louisville running back. They missed out on the Florida running back that never entered, and then the Florida edge that never entered, and then the Florida wide receiver that never entered, and then the Wisconsin linebacker that was supposed to replace supposed to replace Colin Simmons. Like, it was just crazy. So things are going well for Oklahoma. I expect them to add a lot more, though, to be honest. I mean, you lose, 28, 29 kids in the portal. You've got to add. And I know that they're not going to take, up to 105 like they're allowed, because you still have to pay all those kids. But yeah, I'm having a great time. How are you, JP?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hot off the presses. I talked to Trav about it a little bit ago, but I'm stepping away after 6 years from my athletic director position up here in Indianapolis. Just spend time with the family. I'm a young AD. I mean, I'm still 29. I'll turn 30 until this summer. So I've been able to do a lot of fun things, good things, experience a lot, which I've been super grateful for. But just in this next season, the priority is my family and being able to be there for them. And certainly, honestly, with a little bit of time freed up, there's gonna be, even more, I think, on the horizon for the JP and Trav show and different things with, my ex account that I like, I have a passion for too. So thank you, Travis. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, so that was just announced today, and have had a lot of outpouring of support from a lot of the student athletes and families in the community that I've been super appreciative of. And so, yeah, excited for the future. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy week beyond that in my personal life. It's been a crazy week. I mean, getting in the portal like Jim Nagy has, and him showing his chops of like, hey, y'all said that I mess around and I just, I nickel and dime people. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Like, efficiently. This who we get. And, yeah, sure, we're maybe a handful, like, I don't want to say projects, but maybe people that are depth pieces, or people that, like, okay, we feel like we can coach them up. But there are a good chunk of them, Travis, that are, legit pieces. The linebacker from Michigan, Hayden Hansen, right? Trell Harris, Parker Livingstone. I mean, these are big pieces. You know what I mean? That produce.
They really are.
They
really are.
One, what's tip guy too. So,
what's funny is, like, people saw the Colorado State stuff go out, and they're like, "Oh boy, here we go. Colorado State's our farm team now, instead of Power 4 teams, or instead of Kennesaw State." They're like, "We graduated from Kennesaw State to Colorado State, a team that went 2-10 last year." But instead, so far committed, you have SEC starter, SEC starter, SEC starter, Big Ten starter, Big Ten, like, former top 100 player, all ACC guy. Like, you've got, for anybody that was like, "Man, we're going bargain bin shopping." No, I don't want to hear it now, because they have been going after SEC guys that have starts under their belt, lots of them. They've been going after all conference, all Power 4 conference guys, and they're just not done. I still think that there's I don't know. I think there's one or two big splashes left that, maybe they pop tonight, right? Maybe they pop while we're on the show. So you'll have to keep us posted, chat, if we miss anything. Ty Haywood would be a big one. I know Alabama obviously wants to keep their hat in the ring, but Ty Haywood would be a very, very big one. We'll trade it. I know that they got Taylor Tatum, but I mean, we'll take the Cole Sullivan and Ty Haywood in exchange for Taylor Tatum. I'll take that deal. What do you think, JP?
Yeah, 5,000%. I would absolutely take that deal. And I think, again, ultimately, Travis, like, when you look at what Jim has done, he's shown who he is. He's like, hey, like, I didn't just come here to play around. Like, yeah, the first year, like, let me figure out what we're doing. Let me get my staff in place, and in the meantime, we'll make the playoffs, and that just, speeds up the process. Really, Travis, because a lot of people didn't think we was gonna make the playoffs this year, and so this speeding up the process. And they said, okay, bet we got room to work. Let's go, and here we are. And then, we're getting all these portal commitments, and next thing you know, like you said, Jason Witten, the potential first ballot Hall of Famer, coming up this year potentially, it is now Oklahoma's tight ends coach, and it had been floated out there, but you almost thought it was like, oh, is that what's really going to happen? Is he really gonna step away? And but I mean, his son is about to be in college and is a big time linebacker commit, best linebacker in the nation. So here we are, man. What a week it's been for the Sooners. What a week.
What a week indeed, man. And it was crazy because for those of you that didn't see my Instagram, I did radio from a car yesterday, flying down I-70, passing right through the heart of downtown Indianapolis. And it was wild. It was the first time I've been on air in 2 weeks because it hit Christmas Day and then New Year's Day, or Christmas Eve and then New Year's Eve. And it's like there's just so much to talk about. Like I was like, man, I'm not sure 3 hours is enough. So still looking forward to announcements from maybe Kip Lewis, JP, and maybe Isaiah Satania. I don't think Mateer will make an announcement. I mean, at this point, I don't think there's reason to. And I don't think Oklahoma's in the portal for a quarterback. I think they would have thrown their hat in the ring by now if they were. So, anyways, I just – it's crazy to me that, Witten's already on the phone, working the 2027 class. I mean, if I'm Jim Nagy, I'm saying, hey, we still need one more tight end in this portal class. Call any tight end in the country. Call any one of them. If they're still on a team, call their agent and say, hey, what's up? I mean, if he's from the Dallas Metro.
Look who we just got. Look at this guy.
Like if there's anybody from the Dallas Metro, like that's a tight end, that's on another roster that you want, you might be able to pull something off. And yes, I'm saying to tamper. It's the way of the world. It is what it is.
Yeah. People know it happens. And again, as always, Travis, there's always the doomers and negative Nancy's out here. Oh, it's just a splash, not even splash out, or what they say. They said, oh, it's just for show. Didn't mean anything. He's never coached. He's not gonna be this. He's not gonna be that. And I'm like, we've seen what the tight end room has been over the last few years. Besides Jaron Kanak, being a third-team All-SEC tight end from a receiving standpoint, certainly, but not blocking. Like, we haven't had much. And for us to see that and then to go and hire a Hall of Fame tight end coach and just assume, oh, yeah, he don't know how to coach the position, even though he's also, like, he's been a 2-time state champion in Texas. Like, it's not as if he don't know how to coach. He's one of the best tight ends of all time. Of all time. His son is a five-star number 1 linebacker, but we just gonna act like he don't know how to teach some people how to get open, how to block well. It won't translate. Is that what we're supposed to believe, Travis?
Yeah, I mean, playing devil's advocate, right? He's never coached the position. He's never developed anybody at the tight end position, but it's worth a flyer. Like, it's worth the flyer.
Yes.
It's worth the flyer to get a I don't know, top whatever tight end of all time. And somebody that was like, I don't know how to describe this, but like, he's not he's not Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? Like, he's not in the media. He's not pop culture guy. He's not in commercials. What he was known for was bring the lunch pail, go to work, effort, consistency, longevity, like that's toughness. Like that's what he was known for. Like he didn't have a big brand or anything like that. He's coaching high school football at a great school, Liberty Christian in Argyle, Texas. And that guy, just from recruiting alone, everybody's going to say in the comments, well, DeMarco Murray can recruit, but where's the development at?
Sure.
I understand. That's a fair point. That's a fair beef. But I feel like Jason Witten, it's worth the flyer because again, that was his whole brand essentially, or his whole, reputation was toughness, right? Longevity, hard work, doing it the right way, reliable, right? Lunch pail. And I know that I'm not trying to get into any, the racial stereotypes of lunch pail guy, first in, first out, like I'm not trying to get into that. But I don't know. Oklahoma there's a playoff game that just kicked off, and there are a lot of people that are still talking about the hiring of an Oklahoma tight end coach right now. That's a big deal. Coming off a playoff appearance, that's a big deal.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Speaking of playoff game, Ole Miss just punted on their first drive. Miami's defense looks legit. They look good, dude.
Who you got? Who you got tonight?
Yeah, I was gonna say, pivot aside. I think Miami's gonna win. I think their defense is legit. I think that they have a lot of speed. And I'd be interested to see if they continue to be as aggressive. I feel like when we played Ole Miss, there were moments where we weren't as aggressive as maybe we could have been, right? It should have been, because I'm not saying that Miami has a better defense than us holistically, but they're up there. They're up there. They're good. They're very good. They have. Ruben Bain may be the only guy that people feel like that we could say is like a better edge than R. Mason. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of guys you can say that about. It'll be interesting to see how Miami's offense does. If they make a bunch of turnovers or something like that, then I think that you start to see Ole Miss get some momentum. But if they can sustain some drives, then I think that Miami has the edge, in my opinion. But I'd like to see Ole Miss win.
Yeah, Miami favored by 3.5 at the time of kick. So, I don't know if the playoff games have been all that accurate so far. Carson Beck just missed a wide open receiver going down the middle of the field, so we'll see. I'm not a Carson Beck believer. I think Trinidad Chambliss is a better quarterback, but man, Miami defense is just better than Ole Miss's defense in my mind. Yeah, so I don't know. Marcus Strong committed to Clemson.
Mm-hmm. Do we know the reason that he left?
Do not, but I'll tell you what. I don't want to hear the Clemson rule from Brent anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's gone. Like, I would expect Oklahoma to, if not this cycle, the next cycle, start talking to some Clemson players.
Are there any Clemson players?
You take your Dabo Swinney and you take Todd Bates's player and Brent Venables' player? Both of your guys? You take him? Okay. Okay, Dabo.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Are there any players over there that are even from that regime though anymore? Like that would be.
Well, I don't think it's. I think it was more just out of. Yes, I get your point of, Brent didn't want to take his players with him, but like we didn't know if it was just a ceasefire, a gentleman's agreement that they weren't going to take their players at all.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now kids are playing college until they're 30. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
like you got guys on these portal graphics that are going to like their 6th school, and you're like, God, what are we doing? So,
yeah.
My God says he's on the vertical stream. I don't even know how that works. Like, I don't know.
There is a vertical stream and there is a landscape stream. So just turn your phone, brother. We can tell you which ones are on the vertical stream because we can see it on the comments. It'll show the phone.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was. Oh man, I had no idea. I didn't realize that's what that graphic was. Man, yeah. I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to use this thing. This is fantastic. But no, I think on the Jason Witten hire, yes, he has a very talented son. Cooper Witten is rated as the number 1 linebacker in the 2027 class. I also think Oklahoma probably gets Cooper Witten without hiring Jason. So I don't think you're necessarily just saying, hey, you hire Jason to try and get his son. I don't necessarily think it's a 100% guarantee you get his son. I mean, he could still go to Tennessee or something like that, right? But, I think, again, it's worth taking a flyer on a Hall of Famer because of who that Hall of Famer is. This is not Michael Irvin coming to coach your wide receivers. Like, this is the guy that was known for dependability, for toughness, for accountability, everything like that. He was kind of the face of accountability in that era of the Cowboys. So, I mean, well worth a flyer. Couldn't be more excited. Really excited to see who he can bring in the tight end room, though, because he's already got Hayden Hansen and Rocky Beers to work with right now.
Yeah. Dog. I'm excited for the future. I'll tell you that. I think when, most of these kids should probably know who Jason Witten is, but all it takes is a Google search. All it takes is a Google search, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's dude." Or even better, Trav, if he does get inducted first ballot, what better? Like, hey, you want to play tight end in the NFL? You want to wear my gold jacket? I mean, come on, man.
Well, and I'll put it this way. It's been very clear that I'm not the biggest Deion Sanders guy. Like, it's more his fan base that annoys me than actual him himself. I actually enjoy Deion, like, in a vacuum. But, like, Deion, when people were like, why would a corner not want to go learn from Deion? Because Deion can't teach you how to run a 4.2 and be one of the best all-around athletes like sports have ever seen, really. Like, dual sport athletes, professional in both. Like, Deion Sanders, like, he can't teach you how to be Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Jason Witten can teach people how to be Jason Witten, but he doesn't have innate God-given ability that you just can't, like, that's not what he relied on. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's different. So I feel like he will have that ability to, I don't know, to develop some tight ends. To be fair, I mean, the bar is pretty low for what he has to clear, is it not?
It is. It's very low. And that's the whole point, is like, man, if we're going to have anybody, why not take a chance on a future Hall of Fame tight end that, again, has at the very least proven that he can coach young men, because he's won 2 state championships back to back. You know what I mean? And again, he went to that school, so it's not like I know it's not like 6A Texas school, but like the school produced him. Like, it's not like it's even the I don't know what it's called. It was like the IPPA or something like that, like the private and parochial schools association.
TAPPS.
Yeah, TAPPS. Like, it's still Texas, dude. Like, there's still dudes even in that. Like, we're not talking about Louisiana high school, like, Christian football. Like, this one, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he
like,
back to back.
Them, ESD, Prestonwood, like, they got dudes. Like,
yeah. So he won 2 straight state championships. So he knows how to coach. He knows how to motivate, which I think is the one thing that you probably look at, because let's talk about DeMarco Murray. Do we really think DeMarco Murray doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to being a running back? Probably not. Is it the other pieces, though, that we're missing? Like, is he a motivator? Do his kids like him? Maybe those are things that we need to really look at and consider, because we haven't obviously been seeing a lot of production from that room, and we've seen some guys honestly go other places. Taylor Tatum just signed with Michigan. Let's just hope he's not great there, because if he is, it's an indictment on DM. I don't want to get that far down the rabbit hole. I'm just saying that, like, we've seen Jason Witten clearly that he can motivate these men, and so we know that coming in, and you have to know that he's going to be able to say, hey, here's what I did when I was a tight end. Here's what I need you to do. I'm going to show you. Like, I'm not just going to be some fatso over here like, hey, do what I say to do because I think I know that's what's right. This is one of the best Hall of Fame, or one of the best tight ends of all time, telling you, hey, this is what happened. Look at this film here. Look at this tape here. He's even in probably good enough shape to even do it a little bit. Obviously not to get hurt, but this is what I need. Push off here, seal here, like to show them, right? I fully believe that he's going to be able to do that. I fully believe it. And yes, I think we did this. We talked about this last week, but maybe Boomer 129 missed it. But Trav, congratulations on your engagement. For those who maybe weren't here and didn't tell you that.
Thank you. Now is the wedding planning, which is it's just getting started. Jamie's great with that kind of stuff. We got timelines, we got all kinds of stuff. Really looking forward to it. So, yes, the Monday Night Football analyst is our new tight end coach. I'm personally getting a kick out of the Texas Revenge Tour. I miss JJF.
I'm sure you do.
It's just funny, and I'm wondering what's next. Like, we need another tight end.
Yeah.
Who do you go get? Who's the third tight end in this portal class?
Yeah.
Don't know. It's exciting to think about. Yeah. But thank you, Boomer Sooner 129, for the well wishes on the engagement.
Travis, let me ask you this. Let's dive into the DeMarco Murray hole I was going down a little bit. Do you think that Taylor Tatum can be good at Michigan?
I think he can be good at Michigan. I think he just needed a fresh start. I have more faith in him being good at Michigan this next year than I had faith if he would have returned that he would have had a good. Does that make sense? It's like he's already behind. Like, you can't turn to him with Xavier Robinson and Torrey Blaylock in that room. Like, you can't. Like, so with Michigan, like, I guess you can say, well, he's the new guy, so we can move him up the depth chart. Like, he hasn't been beaten out by people in his room yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, at least he's entering at a neutral, like, hey, let me just earn spots in spring. And I think he'll be fine. But I don't know. He better not run all over Oklahoma in week 2. I'll tell you that much.
It would be a problem.
It'd be a big problem.
Yeah. And on that tilt, pivoting a little bit to, the current game we're all probably watching together right now. The reason I think that Miami, and this is an OU conversation, in my opinion, Travis, because the reason that I think Miami's going to win is because they have an offense that actually has a running game. And when you pair that with the defense that they have, they can control actual games, right? On top of, like, play action, like Carson Beck can be efficient, game manager type, doesn't have to do, like, I felt like a lot of times what we saw this year from John Mateer and the boys was we didn't have a running game, and it was John Mateer got to figure something out. Otherwise, or hope for an explosive play, which we did have a lot of. But otherwise, like, it's not going to work. And had we had a running game, we probably end up blowing Alabama out. I fully believe that. And I know, like, we can go back and look at the extra route catch. I get that. But, like, being up 17-0, even with the snap, obviously the touchdown drive happened right after that. Okay. But even with that, like, imagine being able to possess the ball for 6 or 7 minutes right after that touchdown drive, Travis. Because you can run the football. Like,
I'll take it a step further. I don't think we beat Alabama in the first round if we have a running game. Because I don't think if we have a running game all season, we're playing in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this was one of the worst rushing teams in the country through the first few weeks. And you kind of found something once Torrey Blaylock but then he got banged up a little bit. Stayed banged up. Xavier got in the game. Felt good. But I don't know. It ended up being like a mid to late, like the back of the middle of the pack in the SEC by the end of it, but it started very poorly. If Oklahoma can put a rushing attack together with some continuity on the interior of that offensive line, if they can get into the top 5 in rushing yards per game, then I think you're set. And I think they've got the tools to do it. I think I'm the only guy that that likes Lloyd Avant, the new running back. Spent some time at Tulsa. I think I'm the only guy that likes him, but I like him. I think he's explosive.
Roy Finch?
Bigger than Roy Finch. But yeah, I think that Torrey Blaylock and Xavier Robinson healthy is a really good 1-2 punch. Really good. Yeah. Now, if Caden Durham wants to come home, come on home, buddy.
Did he go to Florida?
Did he? I don't know.
Did I miss that?
They retained Ball, so it'd be kind of. It'd honestly be kind of interesting.
I'm tripping. He hasn't. I don't know where I saw that at. It says no way. Somebody just said I've been told Kentucky is leading for him.
Kentucky.
Weird.
Yeah. I think SMU was going to get involved because they're a DFW school that's got gobs of money, and they tasted success. They're like, we made the playoff, and then took a step back last year. So I'm sure a lot of their donors that all of a sudden thought, we're in the ACC and we made the playoff. This is where we are to stay now. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of their donors want to get that feeling back and get it back quickly. So I wouldn't be shocked to see SMU, add some more.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes, it was Kirby. David Stone and Caden Durham played together when they were kids.
Hey, let's try to make it happen. That's what I feel like.
I think David Stone actually played running back as well. I think it was David Stone and Caden Durham in the same backfield.
That's crazy.
I'll give you a guess which one was the power back.
For real. All right, guys. I mean, that was obviously, that's the majority of the content that we have. We have so much to talk about in terms of obviously our draft eligible players. Obviously, we talk about who we want to retain and whatnot. But what questions do you guys have, man? Throw them in the chat, and we'll continue to talk here as this game kind of pours on. Trinidad Chambliss and the Ole Miss offense went 3 and out the first drive, or not 3 and out. I think they got 1 first down, but it'll be interesting to see how Miami's front 7, who looks really athletic and fast, is able to keep up with Trinidad over the course of the game. Because I feel like we had a similar experience of being able to do that first couple of drives. But, can you do that over the course of the game, I think? And, is Ole Miss able to keep it close enough?
Yeah, again, you brought up Ruben Bain being one of the best edge rushers, obviously. And first of all, you got to spell Caden's name right. And also, Lloyd came from Colorado State, which I still agree that Durham is better, but just clearing up some some details there. As far as this game goes, you said earlier that Ruben Bain is, like R. Mason Thomas, right? The equivalent, if you will. Well, the front 7 is similar to Oklahoma's front 7. I think they were the 2 best front 7s in the playoffs. Yeah. Well, Trinidad Chambliss, their superpower against Oklahoma was that he couldn't be brought down in the backfield. They could get him out of the pocket, but he would pick up some plays with his legs, and I think that could be it's going to have to be the difference in this game because Miami's getting downhill quick.
Yeah. Yeah. They're athletic, dude. They are athletic on that side of the ball. They fly everywhere, as we've been seeing this pretty early. They side to side. Trinidad, he's going to have to hit some throws probably down the field to back them off and be able to have this happen. But guys, go ahead and throw some questions in there. Kirby has a decently legitimate question.
A decently legitimate question.
You know, some of his questions can be crazy. Is Curt Cignetti the coach with the most aura that we have seen since Nick Saban? He's backed up all his quotes.
I mean, that Google me quote is iconic now, isn't it? If he wins a title, that thing's going to go viral 100 more times.
Yeah. It's crazy, you know, just everything has worked out for him. And he's coached like that, man. He's got a lot of confidence right now in swagger, and he should. OU at Georgia or OU at Mississippi State will be the better game to attend. I mean, in my opinion, that's a pretty easy question, Travis.
I'd be at Georgia myself. I mean, I'll be at both of them, but Georgia for sure. Picking Athens against Stark Vegas, I'd go to UGA. Plus, I mean, I would guess probably game day is going to be there. You know, there's going to be lots of reasons to be at UGA. That's going to be probably a top 10 matchup. I mean, what do you think Oklahoma's preseason ranking is?
That's a good question.
I mean, you return Mateer.
You have to think top 10.
I don't know. You would have to, right?
Yeah, I could see like 8. Anywhere between 8 or maybe anywhere between 7 and 10, I could see.
Yeah, I'm guessing anywhere between 7 and 12. I'm extending the range. That's an interesting question, Jimmy. And thanks for popping in tonight. I don't know. It's going to be tough, right? Because I mean, Whit Neubauer sticking around. That was the guy that got backup duties with Hawkins. They were trying to retain his red shirt. You got Bo Bentley showing up. It's just hard to recruit to the position because if you're good enough to be QB2 at Oklahoma, you're good enough to start at like 60 other places. And if you're a quarterback, why wouldn't you go start?
Yeah.
So you're going to get you're going to get, I mean, maybe I guess the goal is next year at this time, Oklahoma to either be portal hunting for a 1-year rental or Bo Bentley takes over as like a redshirt freshman.
Yeah. Who do you think would be willing to come in as a backup to that be serviceable? I mean, do you think they like what they see from Whit Neubauer?
I honestly think they do. Like the dude threw it for a ton of yards at Mercer. He's big, prototypical guy. You'd have to change the offense a little bit, obviously, but I don't know. Wouldn't it be crazy if Bo Bentley runs out there if John Mateer has to take a snap off or something like that? That would be a little wild.
That would be.
I've just I feel like they protected or retained Michael Hawkins' red shirt for him as a favor to him last year. I think they knew, look, man, you've been loyal to us. You know, you haven't been causing drama. You've been a good backup. You've been this, that, and the other. We will help you retain your red shirt. So if you decide to enter the portal, you have more eligibility. I think that was a favor to him because you don't need to redshirt guys anymore. You don't need to redshirt quarterbacks anymore. Why would you need to redshirt quarterbacks anymore?
Yeah.
What are the odds of a quarterback staying 5 years at the same school?
Yep.
I mean, tell me the quarterbacks out there. I mean, all 4 quarterbacks in the playoff are transfers. I mean, I don't know a quarterback. Oh,
you're absolutely correct. All 4 are. Dang. No, Dante Moore's not. Dante Moore's the only one who's not, right? Because he started at Oregon because he sat under.
Didn't he transfer from UCLA after he went there for a year and then he transferred?
Did he transfer?
Dante's a transfer.
Okay. Well, there you go.
That's why he's draft eligible because this is his first year starting. He sat behind Dylan last year and then he was at UCLA the year before. He has 3 years of service. So that's all I'm saying. I just don't. I mean, let Bo be the backup. let him and Witten Neubauer, battle for it. I just don't, like I said, I don't know how you'd get a QB2 older than like a redshirt freshman that would want to sit like guaranteed, like not even a chance to compete for the starting job. So,
guys, it was an honest mistake. I thought that was at a high school. It happens. Calm down,
man. They're coming. They're coming for you, man. Coming for you.
Do I know ball? Oh,
telling you, Miami's moving the ball. I do like me some Malachi Toney.
Yes,
I think he's wildly, wildly talented.
Jimmy asked, "What defensive tackle are they looking at in the portal?"
Honestly, there are more and more that are entering like by the day. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like they're going to be ones off these playoff teams entering.
When's the cutoff for them to stop entering?
What is it? January 12th to January 16th, something like that. It's like 2 weeks, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Something theoretically I should know, but yeah, I mean, with the defensive tackles, another tough position. You rotated a ton. That's why retaining Marcus Strong, I feel, was important. You've got Jaden Jackson and you've got David Stone right there. You're going to need more in the middle, more beef in the middle, if you will. So, with Grayson to the NFL, with Dominic to the NFL, losing a lot of snaps there, a lot of production there. So you're gonna need to step up that. You're gonna need to go get some talent, some beef in the trenches.
Yeah, you are. That's why losing Marcus stinks, from that perspective. But obviously from the high end, the top two tackles you'll be okay, right, with Jaden and David. But man, the rotation that we were able to have there this year was part of what made us so good because you're able to rotate so many big and strong dudes.
Yeah, and safety, that guy's going to go start somewhere, and Michael Boganowski and Peyton Bowen are your two starters next year with Reggie playing Cheetah. Like,
is that why Jaden left, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, those three came in together, so it was kind of a race to see who started between those three, so yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know why. Again, I think Oklahoma – does Oklahoma have all their starters now? Are they waiting to bring in any other starters in the portal, do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think Michael Boganowski and Peyton Bowen are your safeties. Cortland Guillory, Cortland Guillory and Eli Bowen are your starting corners. You've got at Cheetah, you've got Reggie Powers. Linebackers, I think Kip's coming back. I think it's probably Kip and Cole Sullivan or Kip and Owen Heineke if Owen, comes, or if Owen's able to get that other eligibility. And then along the defensive line, you've got Stone, you've got Jackson, you've got Taylor Wine, and then so what?
Tyler Wine, PJ, Danny Okoye. Well, I guess I'm thinking starters, but yeah.
Okoye, PJ, but on the roster, like they're on the roster right now.
Yeah.
And then on offense, you think the Arkansas transfer is probably starting at right tackle. Foje's at guard. You've got Michaela or Nita battling at center. You've got EPL, and then you got Fasusi. And then wide receivers, Trell Harris, Parker Livingston, and Isaiah Satania theoretically are your three starting receivers, unless there's a freshman or a sophomore at that point or that can pop. And then you've got your starting running backs theoretically and your starting quarterback. So I think Oklahoma has all of their starters, unless they're able to make some big splash and just go, whatever, just goes and just splashes some crazy, all SEC guy just because you can. But
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, what else they decide to do. Who do you think starts at running back?
Man, it'll be tough because it's either. I mean, it's 1A, 1B, Xavier Robinson and Torrey Blaylock. That's what I think. I mean, they were both banged up last year, and it looks like DeMarco found two guys he could trust and then just went with it. So, I mean, Lloyd will be in there to battle, but I just think those two have already built up enough equity in the room, and they both played through injuries. They're both tough. Like, Xavier wants to get on that field so quickly to try and get that drop out of the back of his head. So,
shoot, yeah. And I wish they weren't injured. And I mean, that's part of what made me so mad at the end of the year was like, man, X was out there hobbling. And that's why, like, it's hard. I know it hit him in the hands. Trust me, I do. But it's like, it's hard to feel like if he's not fully healthy, maybe that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Because he's running at full speed. You know what I mean? There's just a lot that goes into. But he was hobbled, very clearly hobbled too. Opposite of Courtland, he be it for real. Kirby, he said, "I don't know ball. You don't know who's the opposite cornerback besides Courtland."
Come on, former freshman All-American.
Crazy. I'll let him figure it out.
Terrible. Yep.
What do you think of the?
Yep.
Was he a defensive tackle or was he an edge? Azulu from UTEP.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, in an interview, he said that Nagy said he'd been watching him like all year, and that was like one of his top guys that he wanted. Like, I mean, he hasn't played a lot, he hadn't produced a lot, but at this point, like,
didn't he have a lot of big offers though?
Yeah, there were SEC teams after him other than us. Yeah. I think Texas was after him too.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I think we beat him out. Yeah.
Like, I just think that. I mean, we're to the point where we just trust Chavis and Bates, like, no matter what, right? Like, wholeheartedly. Like, they can sign whoever they want. I assume that they're going to be productive.
Yeah.
It's not like they've had a lot of swings and misses, and they've been great in development.
Yeah. It's true.
So we'll see. Obviously, you upgraded the tight end position dramatically in all accounts.
For real?
Yeah. Hatton looks like a guy who can be an earlier contributor, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, just gotta hope that they, stay healthy. Nothing gets in their head, and that hopefully, definitely the offensive line can create a few more holes for them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but we just didn't make guys miss a lot, I think, and haven't the last few years. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to find somebody. I think Torrey may be more suited for leaving those guys in the dust, but. Man, like, you just got to run block better.
Yeah.
You got to run block better. You got to commit to it. So I think, I could totally see Hatton getting in there. Man, he better have an apology written for that locker room.
Sure. What were you thinking?
Who's LSU going to get then? Sam Levitt?
Maybe.
I think he was at dinner with Lane the other night. It's like,
who did Kentucky hire?
Willie Stein, right?
Stein, got it.
The Oregon OC. Yeah, I mean, Lane's got to sit here and watch his team be a game away from the national championship. And he's going to start next year with like an 8.5 win total. Because a lot of his dudes are leaving. And it wasn't a very good roster at LSU last year anyways, defensively especially. But it's not like he was bringing Ole Miss with him. Like, the difference is, like, when you look at coaching changes, like, theoretically, like, step up in coaching changes specifically. Look at Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell has brought like 25 Iowa State guys to Penn State, right? Well, you look at Morris at Oklahoma State. They've got 29 kids signed in the portal. They've got like 15 to 20 from North Texas. That helps you with the culture. That helps you with some consistency. Well, theoretically, LSU is a better job than Ole Miss. And all the Ole Miss players are staying for the most part. All the important ones that I've seen are staying. So who's Lane backfilling this with?
Yeah.
Because it's not like he's out there just getting the pick of the litter. I don't know. I'll be interested. I think LSU is going to be picked to finish like 4th in the SEC next year or something like that. They might be picked behind Ole Miss. If Chambliss comes back, they're going to be picked behind Ole Miss.
Yeah, I know, which is
the school he left.
Isn't that crazy to think of? So this is allegedly, right? The roster so far. John Material, we probably don't think that Bo Bentley is going to be the QB2, right? Or do you think they're going to try to redshirt him? Oh, I think you muted.
I just needed to open up full screen. Elijah Thomas, Michael Carter, Gadgets, Jordan Pettit, Rogers, and Answer Rocket Peters. Yeah, the offensive line will be interesting because I guess he listed. I don't know how that's listed because he has 2 tackles and 3 guards, or 3 tackles and 2 guards.
Yeah, he doesn't have a center.
Like, who's playing center in that?
Right.
Like, theoretically, Ozida could challenge for that right guard position if they keep Foje kicked out at right tackle, but Harris said he's coming to play right tackle. Like, he was told that he was going to be playing right tackle. So, right. Yeah. I think he's off with the offensive line a little bit. Just a little bit. But that's okay. It's a good-looking offensive roster, if I do say so myself. I mean, you've got LSU. The way it looked for me, I thought the L was an I.
Yeah,
I was like,
what does that mean? Who is that? Is who what?
Oh, and off to the races. Ole Miss looks like they're about to put one in the end zone if he's got the wheels. Yep.
He thought that he was, and Ole Miss scores a touchdown just like that, man.
6-3 point after on the way.
Did you see what he did?
No, what he did?
He did the.
Oh man.
Well, they better win. They better win.
Bold move, being up 6-3 at the start of the second quarter. You already B2A on him.
Hey, Kawan Lacey, he's a dog, man.
He really is a dog, for real.
And they got him to come back. Oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope. What's going on down there in the SIP, man? This will be an all-time. Like, I don't, even if they do, let's say they win this game, do I think that they're getting through Indiana? I don't. Obviously, Indiana's to get to Oregon.
The winner of Indiana, Oregon, you mean?
Yes. I think Indiana's better, but it's hard to be a team you play twice. Right?
Cignetti, the Cignetti story is an awesome one. So yeah. I'm down rolling with Mrs. Posey and the Cignetti kids.
She will appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's IU and Ole Miss, bro, it's gonna be like, it's an all-time story because like whoever wins, like if IU wins, bro, what? If Ole Miss wins, I mean, the documentary that will come out of that, bro, that you had a coach leave in the middle of a championship run,
and theoretically, the worst, I mean, is going to be picked behind him next year. How many times has that happened?
Yes. that's nuts to me.
But yeah, I don't know. Oh, the thing about Lane leaving is things like that really do like bolster 20 million. Yeah, at least.
Yes.
Most schools are above 20. Most like contenders are above 20.
First of all,
Oklahoma
yes,
will be above 20.
Mark Cuban is funding India, but I like people. I promise you, like
more people than Cuban.
Yes, people are like
Indiana
money.
rolls deep.
I'm like, yes. There's a like I've lived here my whole life. There's a lot of money up here, bro. Like we have 2 of the top 5 suburbs in America in Carmel and Fit. Like there is money. They build stuff like crazy. Every suburb in Indianapolis has some like huge arena. I'm not even lying to you. Like there's so much money here, but they've just been pouring it into other things. Obviously, Indiana's a basketball state. I compare Indiana basketball wise to Texas. Like the Purdue and Indiana rivalry is like Oklahoma and Texas, in my opinion, because Purdue like theoretically a little smaller, right, in terms of like whatever, but and Indiana, has all the money, but Purdue been kicking their butt, especially recently. Now, obviously, IU has the national championships. Purdue doesn't have any, so that's where the comparison stops. But like IU is similar to Texas in that they have a bunch of money, they pour it into their basketball program, but it's produced almost no results.
Yeah, I mean, but again, like even being up here in Columbus, like there's money around here. Like there's money in this part of the country. There's no doubt. But I think many OU fans and just general college football fans, a lot of people think it's like if you don't have oil and gas money or Nike money, like there is no other money that is possible. It's like,
yeah,
no, there's come from a lot of different places.
Tech. Herb Simon is a land developer. He owns the Pacers. He basically
Simon Malls, right?
Yes, Simon Malls. That's Herb Simon. He's up here. His name is on everything. The Simon Assembly Hall at Indiana's basketball arena is named after him. We got Simon Malls all been through Indianapolis. I mean, yeah. I'm not asking you to move to India. I mean, you should, to be honest with you, Kirby, because I mean, Indiana better than California. I'll tell you that right now, in terms of a living and having to worry about people looking over your shoulder. You know what I mean? But my wife, you can ask my wife. My wife's family is from the Bay. We've talked about this. My wife's family is from the Bay, and they moved up here because of the money. Travis, who obviously we don't have to name, but there's another question because Kirby was talking to me in my DMs earlier.
Oh,
who does OU have, right, as donors? Do we have enough? Do we have donors that can actually, fund the program?
Yeah. Yeah, we got oil and gas. Like we got like random oil and gas, like rich people. Now, do we have Texas money? No, but what's hilarious is all those kids on their roster and apparently other portal targets know they have money and they're all asking to be millionaires based on projections because they're like, whoa, we know you have money. It's like, no, stop it. So anyways, yeah, Harold Ham, obviously, but even like the Kimry family, like the Kimrys that just gave the biggest like OU sports financial gift in history.
Yeah.
The new baseball field's named after them. They're going to probably have, I don't know if I had to guess, probably have the middle suite of the new Founders Suites that OU's building on the west side. Like, that's very expensive. But
I promise you, Baker's probably going to give some money at some point.
Yeah, at some point he will. But yeah, I mean they got people. They got people giving money.
Loves.
Yeah, Loves gives a bunch of money. The casinos, really, like, let's be honest. If OU can truly tap into the tribes,
oh boy.
yeah, like that is our windfall. So
I mean, Riverwind's a good start, right?
Yep. Yeah. So Yeah, you start with the Chickasaws and the Choctaws and the Cherokees and the Creeks and the Osage and all them. They got some big time money flowing through. So
I would just like to say that we are the preeminent, podcast right now on X, as we are defeating both SEC Mike and Cousin Shane at the same time with 1.3.
Oh man,
1.3 current live viewers, and they are sitting at 960, 248. So we appreciate Sooner Nation, man. They show up. Somebody asked me earlier, does anybody even watch this show? I don't know. Do they? Do they, Travis?
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, hey, that's all right. That's all right. The numbers, our live numbers speak themselves. And what I like about it is, like, most of these people have been watching us and coming and hanging out and engaging in the comments for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. Ryan and Les and Kirby and CB and Boomer 129 and just a lot. Chad, show up.
Here he is.
Hey, what's up, man?
I can't hear anything right now if you're talking to me. I don't know what's going on. Give me a second. My headset's not connected. That's annoying.
What a pleasant surprise, man. I didn't. I had mentioned to our our
group chat
squad, hey, if anybody wants to do a little watch along with us tonight, feel free. I didn't hear anything, but hey, Jack, can you hear us yet? He is still trying to get connected, so we'll give him a second, and we did start a little early, and I'm not saying we go crazy, like we could spend a couple more minutes talking.
That's so funny. Yeah, wants it.
All right.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm having a stream in the background, and I didn't even know that was on yet, so it's like blasting the sound. It's crazy. Sorry about that. All right, I'm here.
That's so funny. Well, welcome to the show, man. How's your week going?
Hey, good. Until the fiasco with the sound, it's been all right. What did y'all hear? Did y'all see the Lane Kiffin video that came out a little while ago? With the Barstool guys, with I guess Mincy and all of them. They recorded a video of a call, FaceTime with like I don't know the hockey guys or anything like that. I don't know what their names are, but Lane compared himself to he used the first base Kirby. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. He used that. He used a couple of analogies. One he used, I can't really recall. It was about whenever you do all the work and someone gets the credit. The second one, he said, I feel like whenever people talk about how great your kids are behaving and how good they act, whenever you're the husband working and doing all the never at home and have nothing to do really with the kids, and then you have a stay-at-home wife that does a lot of the work and does most of the takes care of them, making sure they're getting to school on time and doing everything. And then someone comes in and says, and then I come in and take credit for the kids. And he's like, so I kind of feel like I'm that. Yeah. And it's like, dude. Oh, and then he apparently got mad that he was recorded or something. And I'm like, oh, man, whatever. But yeah, he talked about it. He said he was super happy for Shambliss and all them, and I'm sure to he has an extent, but it's interesting.
Right. But Lane's so just attention seeking, and
yes,
this is killing him. Like, this is killing him, that he can't be on the broadcast, that he can't I'm surprised he's not live tweeting every play, just trying to get some eyes off of the game and onto him. Cause it's like,
yes,
like Ole Miss, if Shambliss gets another year, like Lacey's already returning,
they'll be scary next year.
Well, and they're going to be picked above LSU. Like,
well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I believe these guys get 5 extra days, don't they? No matter when they come out, because the portal ends the 19th or something of that sort, right? The 16th, 19th.
I think it's 16th. I think they get 2 weeks, so it's 2nd to the 16th.
So, but don't I believe don't the players I'm trying to think last year. I thought that they said they got 5 days since they weren't able to enter because their teams were still in competition, according to the NCAA rules. But I'm not sure. I might be misremembering.
I'm not sure how many extra days. I mean, obviously they get extra days, but I don't know what the yeah. I mean, the real question. I mean, I know contractually, I think Lane still gets paid a bonus with the national championship.
Yeah, he does. So do those assistants. That's crazy.
But does that mean, like, does the portal open? Does it extend again because they lost their head coach, depending on when they lost him? Like, because I know that's a 30-day thing. Like, I don't know. The thing is, just do whatever you want. The NCAA is rudderless.
I think that when Heineke should be on a show tomorrow, go to K10 News. I don't care where you go. Go to David Payne at News 9. I don't care. Go and just start talking about how you're excited for your year next year, and just I mean, what are the NCAA going to do? Someone made the point too. It's like the college football playoffs, its own entity. It's not a part of NCAA. Like it's its own LLC and everything. What if Trinidad just comes back? And I'm sure. Well, I mean, whenever you get into it, I'm sure they couldn't do this, but it's like imagine Trinidad just plays every game, and the NCAA is like, hey, we're going to negate all those wins. And the college football playoff committee's like, all right, cool. We still know that they went undefeated. We're not going to not have them in our tournament. And they just bring them in. I just like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I don't know. With all these basketball players from all over the world joining mid-season, like,
is it?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't follow the basketball as closely as I should. Is it true that guy actually played in an NBA game and now he's back in college?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen anybody that actually played in an NBA game come back. There were rumors like Nakos. I think Tipton had said something, but then somebody else was like, that was wrong. It's been reported, and like NCAA came out and like clarified it.
All right, because I was about to say, what in the world are we doing?
The like one dude that works at the NCAA. I mean, here's my beef with it. And like, how do we not have an answer on Owen Heineke? Like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing up there?
Yeah.
They on break? Like, does anybody work there? Is it one guy with just phones everywhere? Is it like one of those commercials where the guy starts the companies out of his garage and then he's like scales and like starts shipping? He's like, I'm the shipping department and I'm the accountant. Like those commercials. Like, is that what the NCAA is right now? Are they in some garage and one guy's doing everything? Like, I don't get it. Pick up the phone. Like, isn't this what we have like Randall Stevenson for?
Yeah.
Or like Jim Nagy? Like, come on, pick up the phone.
And it should be such an easy decision too. Of all the ones that should give them like trepidation or worry or have them staying up late, the one where a guy played 3 games of lacrosse probably is one where you just say, look, it's de minimis. Even if you want to say it violated the rules, why does it matter to really any extent that should be keeping him out another year? Move on to the more difficult questions. I would if I was him, but
it's just crazy that we got this stuff going on with the Washington quarterback contracts being, this, that, and the other. And Owen Heineke, man. Man. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, it's just dumb.
Dude, side note, I love these powder blues. One of my favorites.
They are cool.
Miami's about to score.
Yeah, they're on there. Oh,
and they did the right like helmets with them.
Yeah,
I hate when they do like their camo lightning bolt looking blue helmets. Yes. Like, no, like just stop screwing them up. So
y'all may have already talked about this. So I'm sorry if it's a repeat. Who do y'all have? Are we going to get like if there's a position where I'm still kind of have some angst, it's at D tackle. Oh my, I'm way behind y'all. I'm streaming it, but
yeah, we talked about that a little bit. I still think, I mean, there's guys entering the portal by the hour, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, they're still entering. You could find some people that are in the playoff right now. You wonder what Oklahoma is willing to pay for rotational defensive tackle, because obviously you lose a lot of snaps with Dominic and with G-Baby gone, but David Stone and Jaden Jackson slide into that. And then you got Taylor Wine on one side, you've got the Okoye, PJ type vibes on the other. You got but you're going to have to say, all right, we're going to pay big money for a defensive tackle. but you're not starting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think OU has all their starters already.
Yeah.
Across the whole roster, or like on both sides of the ball, I should say. So,
yeah,
what kind of value, what kind of talent can you get for not starter money? You don't want to end up paying starter money for somebody who's going to play way less snaps, but maybe they rotate less. I don't know. Maybe you just trust that Bates has such a good record of development that you don't need to go get a big name. Conversely, maybe Todd Bates can bring in a big name without breaking the bank. I don't know. It's just such a premium position, and that's why the loss of Marcus Strong. Man, I thought this was going to be an important year for him in 2026.
Yeah,
he's a dude I was looking forward to coming back. He already had some size to him, and it seemed like he was going to go that Jaden Jackson, David fit right in, and obviously not be as good as they are. I don't think yet even, but just really had some natural ability and just good size. Stinks, man, to lose a dude like that. I don't know. They got the UTSA transfer, the D end.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they were really high on him for a while, and then they have I don't know. I think they're going to have to get another interior guy, but it'll be interesting, man. The Nagy stuff's going to be how it pans out long term is going to be pretty interesting.
I mean, he's on a heater. There's no doubt. I mean, I really feel like it's weird that we haven't had, an announcement today even. You know what I mean? Like, hey, come on, like, we ready for this? What's going on? But yeah, I think
we did have an announcement today, Trav. No, right? I mean,
well, I'm saying like portal edition.
Yeah, I got you. Chad, what was your thoughts on that, man?
Awesome. I mean, apparently it was between him and the Ellis guy from Alabama, and I don't know. I mean, I'm just reading what everyone else says. Apparently it was so clear to the Alabama side of things. They were kind of starting to talk about who their replacement's going to be, and out of nowhere, Jason Witten does it. Now, obviously, he's going to help because he's a Hall of Famer. I think it also helps that his son's the #1 linebacker in 2027. So you're kind of banking on that, bringing him as well. But even if he wasn't, I still think that you're going to hire Jason Witten as your tight end coach if you have the opportunity. And he has, fairly good experience at a pretty decent high school, correct? Is that?
Yeah, a high school I will be consulting next weekend. I'll be their boys AD is also their baseball coach. So we're onboarding their baseball team next weekend. So I will get the scoop from the Liberty Christian side of how it all went down. But
is there any idea where he's going to be playing next year? His son? Have they said or anything?
Well, he's 27, so I imagine he probably just stays
where he is now. I don't think he'd move.
Theoretically,
yeah, it's fair.
I don't know. I don't know if he'd transfer to an Oklahoma private school or if he'd transfer to. I'm sure there's lots of people on the phone trying to get him all across Oklahoma right now. Probably Mustang going to try and bring him in, just like they did Jaden O'Neal. But yeah, I don't know. I think that Oklahoma led for Cooper Witten before Jason got hired anyways. So, hiring obviously helps, but like, I think there are a lot of people, publicly that really don't follow your recruiting or don't follow recruiting at all, maybe, that think, oh, well, they hired him so he could get so they could get him. I'm like, no, Oklahoma, I think, led anyways. So I don't think you're going to hire a guy just to get a linebacker.
Right.
I think you take a flyer on a guy, and I said this earlier, but take a flyer on a guy that literally became the model of consistency, of accountability, of toughness, of dependability for that Dallas Cowboys team for as long as he was there. Like, that's why I think it's such a good hire, is because he didn't have success as a tight end because he ran a 4.2 or he had a 45-inch vertical or this, that, and the other. Like, he worked his tail off, and I think that's something that can show up on the recruiting trail. It can show up coaching, and I think it can show up in development as well.
Yeah. Who is it? Oh, Miami just drove. How far was their drive just then? 30?
I think it was like 60 yards, something like that.
Pretty good. That's a solid beard. Jeez. Wish I could grow one. Never been able to.
Travis crazy. Have a beard, a longer beard.
Yeah, I used to have a really long beard. I realized my fiance's never seen me without a beard. That's weird.
Really?
But yeah. So got the beard, got the flow going. Hair's longer than it's ever been.
Hey,
So,
just a question. What do we think about what? Oh, that's a flag. Nope, they're not going to call it. All right, I'm wait. Y'all have probably already seen that, but what is the key one? The Cam Coleman.
Kirby, I could. Sorry, Chad.
No, you're fine.
I could probably bench you, bro. Like, be quiet. Okay, sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
That's a Korean timeout.
What's the Cam Coleman new? Do you think he just ends up at A&M or
A&M, Tech? Who knows? Like Alabama? Why? I don't know. Like, I'm glad that Oklahoma didn't make Cam Coleman like the top priority, because this would be annoying to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited about our portal class. I couldn't imagine thinking, oh my gosh, like, would I like to have Cam Coleman? Absolutely.
Right.
Who wouldn't like to have Cam Coleman? But man, he wasn't able to get Auburn to a winning record last year, was he? Like, they were 1-7 in the SEC.
They had a bad quarterback, though. To be fair,
they had a bad quarterback, sure, but how many other wide receivers out there had a bad quarterback?
Yeah,
I'm not saying that all of them are Cam Coleman. What I'm saying is, I don't know if Cam Coleman's worth $4 million, and if Texas A&M and Texas Tech want to get in a bidding war, I'm not jumping into the middle of it. No, and part of that is because I would love to see one of Oklahoma's high school signees actually make an impact.
That brought up, I guess, that Base Kirby asked about that stat. It was Mainline Pod stat. I don't want to take credit for it, but about the 2020. No, there's no remaining high signees from the 2023 year or something like that. Let me just bring it up. Sorry, just real quick.
Yeah, I think
not a single high school recruit made it to their junior year out of the 2023 class. That's crazy.
So
for the wide receivers.
I'll do you one better. So this is, let's see, it's 24. I'll go back to the class of 2022. Theoretically, those players should all be at least finish their career at Oklahoma, or they should be going into their last year.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Gibson, Nick Anderson, LV Bunkley Shelton, JJ Hester, all transfer. Jaquays Petaway, transfer. Keon Brown, Brennan Thompson, Andrew Anthony, all transfer. Zion Kearney, Ivan Carrion, Zion Reagans, KJ Daniels, all transfer. Like, I don't like, and I know that there are people that are like, well, you know, Lebby made Emmett Jones recruit a bunch of small, fast guys. Okay. I don't know that. I mean, obviously you look at some of the guys like KJ Daniels and Zion and Brennan Thompson, like I totally get it. But it was, I didn't want to pay for Zachariah Branch. No, I didn't want to pay for Zachariah Branch. So, anyways, I just think you can't continue to just say, oh, it's Lebby's fault. It's Lebby's fault. It's Lebby's fault that I couldn't get Zion Kearney on the field. Zion Kearney fits any scheme, or at least he should have if he was developed. We were told Elijah Thomas was a monster. Where is he? He's busting his butt on special teams, I'll tell you that much. But I don't know.
That's my whole thing, man. Like, sorry to interrupt. My bad.
No. I mean, I'm
just taking your point and running with it. I just, like, for me, I've always believed if you're a true freshman and you're a dude, we've seen it at Oklahoma multiple times, or even going back to Ryan Broyles. So you get playing time if you're a true freshman and you're a guy. At least I've, in my history of watching the team, being Sterling Shepard, true freshman, got playing time. Even like Ryan Broyles back then, CeeDee Lamb, obviously, like those kind of dudes. If you're Marvin Mims, yeah. You look at Ohio State, and I know it's probably not a fair comparison because when is it really with those guys? But Jeremiah Smith, if he was on Oklahoma's team, I would have a hard time believing he shouldn't start if he was a true freshman this year for Oklahoma. If Cam Coleman was here as a true freshman, and like now you have Elijah Thomas, who by all accounts is supposed to be, like you're saying, this world beater. Why can't he see the field except for like a random play at the end of the fourth down? You know,
let me say something.
Yeah,
Trav knows about this already. Okay, the representative of most of these receivers leaving this year, one top flight bug. Okay, better known as Jordan Turner, I guess now. He's emailed or he's DM'd me a few times, and according to him, he feels that Emmett Jones is being kind of set up in ways. Coordinators choose who gets to play. Position coaches really don't. So again, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I mean, could there be some truth to it? Sure, because I mean, he is representing these kids. Does that mean they're not lying? Does that mean they're saying? I don't know. But what I do know is, like, the results are what they are. So at a certain point, it doesn't make sense to have talent and to not play it, right? No matter who's making the decisions.
Well, and also like Emmett is in control of his rotations, but every other position is. Like,
I don't know.
How does that work? Like, is it like, was Emmett set up poorly because Lebby wanted a specific type of offense or type of wide receiver for his veer and shoot? Brennan Thompson just set the school record at Mississippi State. Like, does he want small, speedy guys? Right? Like, sure. But at the same time, like, Jacquez Petaway was not a small, speedy guy. He was like a top 100 recruit, portal. Like, Zion Kearney was not a small, speedy guy and top 100 recruit, portal. Like, what? This isn't just, oh, Lebby set me up to fail by getting me a bunch of 5'5", 112-pound, 4'140 guys. No, you had dudes in that room. You think 6'6" Ivan Carrion was a Lebby type guy? Like, huh? So at a certain point, you just can't blame everything on everybody else. And that goes for really everybody in every walk of life. Yeah. Like, you can't blame everything on everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, to say that Emmett Jones is actually a star-spangled awesome recruiter and developer at the wide receiver position. But the only reason that none of his recruits have stuck around and that he's got to go to the portal to get any production. Last year, I think high school signees caught 7 passes. Like, 0 touchdowns. Like 200 yards, something like that. Like, the reason for all that isn't just Jeff Lebby was OC 2 years ago. Like, you have to take some personal ownership. And when you start blaming everybody else, that's when nobody takes you seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I want to make it clear. I was just putting that info out there. That was not me trying to take up for Emmett Jones. Because I'm in the same space that, hey, we haven't seen the production. The last time we saw production was 2023, which it was great, right? Like, we were all happy. Like, we were like, oh my gosh, we got to have one of the top 5 wide receiver rooms in the nation. And they all got hurt. And 2024 was what it was. And then this year, the only guy that really produced was Isaiah Satania. And so I feel like on two hands, you could say, like, hey, he has done, like, Isaiah Satania, he had as a top SEC wide receiver in terms of numbers, but nobody else really was consistent. Obviously, the 2023 year, and then 2024, maybe if you want to call it wash because of the injuries, but the reality is, like you said, none of the high school recruits are panned out, and that's a concerning trend. I personally, that I take Beatonville out of here, in my opinion, because he's had guys go in the first round multiple times in the past few years.
You know, he changed Tyler Guyton from a tight end to a first round.
and Anton Harrison. Like, yeah. And he's got
Bill Beatonville went back to back first round pick.
Like, come on, let's be honest. Go ahead, Trev.
But Bill Beatonville went back to back first round picks in the last 3 drafts. Like,
yeah,
that's not that far removed. And then also, this year he's got 3 freshmen starting on the line because Jacob Sexton couldn't remain healthy. Jake Taylor couldn't remain healthy. Troy Everett couldn't remain healthy. Even last year, Garen Hatchett couldn't remain healthy. Back in old Tarquin couldn't remain healthy. yeah, they blew an eval on Spencer Brown, but like you just ended up with all these injuries, and as unfortunate as that is, you just got to deal with it. But I mean, what do we do? Like, what are we doing with like? I don't think we've had a tight end drafted. We haven't had a tight end drafted in the first 5 rounds since Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Like when's like?
What a throw.
I'm pretty sure.
Braden Willis was the 7th round. I mean, not
right. I'm pretty.
Most I can remember.
I mean, when you look at like defensive first round picks, right? We need another one of those because I'm pretty sure like Gerald McCoy and Kenneth Murray are the only 2 first round defensive picks in the last like 20 years.
Do you think our Mason could be
so for those? Well, but for
those, do you think?
For us not to have a whole side of the ball in the last 20 years to have more than 2 first round picks, and Bill Beaton's done that twice in the last 3 years, like, I'm sorry. Like, he gets a pass from me.
Do you think that our Mason could be a low first round pick?
Man, the production's there, but he's going to have to like just kill it when it comes to like the cone drill, the 40. Like, it's good for him that like Micah Parsons isn't a massive dude, that Nick Benito isn't a massive dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's helpful like when you look at the league and they're like, man, if only I had that guy, and you look at a guy the size of Nick Benito and you're like, oh, I need a guy that's not at all like him, even though he might be the best defensive player in the league. You know what I mean? Like, eventually that helps. So, yeah, I think
the fact that this guy, guys, I told Trav this, Chad, a few weeks ago. Our Mason Thomas was SEC, right? Mm-hmm. First team all SEC. And he only played like 3 games in the SEC.
Yeah.
Chad? Because he was hurt after Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how good you are that you're first team and you didn't play half of the league games?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be pretty solid. I will say it's kind of weird because every defensive lineman was also an edge rusher. But
that is also crazy. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, he's good. I don't know, man. The NFL, like, I agree with you, Trav. I think if he pans out, it's a Nick Benito thing to me. Like, that's his comp, in my opinion. A guy like that who really, and that's what was so, even going back to talent and all that on defense. What was weird is, like, as bad as Grinch's defenses were, when you look at some of the players he had on that team, he had some straight dudes.
Yeah.
It's just he couldn't develop them, but now it's.
I don't know. Jamar Payne did a good enough job with him that he's going to be probably up for some defensive coordinator positions in the NFL soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope so. I hope he makes it. The NFL is so difficult, and I'm only coming off this because is it Terry Arnold and Pat Surtain have that podcast they do now, which is like awesome. And one of their first episodes a while ago, they talk about the differences in the league and whatnot, and like. I had a friend that played at Harding and went to a lot of draft combine stuff when he was out of college. He was a really good college player and center. And like, dude, like his arms were just a little too short. So like there were a lot of teams were just like, no. Because it's just everyone at that level is a freak athlete. Someone was talking about like their welcome to the NFL moment was he was in a preseason game and he had already made he was already going to be on the team. And I don't remember. I can't recall who it was. It was one where they sat on the couch. And like they all talk to each other, and I don't know. But he's like, in college, like when I would catch a jailbreak screen and go cut up the field, I'm like gone. He's like, I catch one of these in the preseason, I'm like 20 yards from the end zone, and I want to showboat and feel myself a little bit. He's like, I look in the jumbo screen, and there's like a D lineman about to catch me, and I'm just sitting there like, what is that running down the field? He's like, it's just, he goes, you get to that level, and you're like, everybody is a freak. And then obviously from there you have the even better guys like the Aaron Donalds and whatnot. But
yeah,
I don't know. I guess it depends on whatever a team needs. At that
I think that our Mason is going to kill the combine personally. Like I think he can run a 4. Like I think he can run a 4.6 or 4.5. I'm not even lying. Like when you think of what was the shoot? It was the other day. I'm trying to remember what game it was. Was it maybe it was Michigan? No, I don't know. It was a game where a running back went up the middle, kind of broke out, and then went down the sideline. Maybe it was Auburn even. He
Auburn.
Outran linebackers and corners.
Mm-hmm.
And caught him at his size. Nuts. It's insane. Not to mention the Tennessee touchdown. The one-handed scoop.
I mean, yeah, everybody's fast in the NFL, so Armez will fit right in. But he's got to run those numbers. Like he's got to run. He's got to run low. He's got to have a good 3-cone. He's got to do all that, like shuttle time. Like you have to, man.
For sure.
I think he'll bench well too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think about
power against Auburn whenever he blew through the right tackle and the running back?
What do you think about Grayson? What do you think Grayson's going to do? You think he's a day 2 guy?
Yeah, I think that'd be a little high to take a punter, but yeah.
Nah, don't mention that name for a little bit. We need some time.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see a day 2 type situation. The thing is, he's like, size-wise, he's probably not the ideal interior guy for a lot of these people, but the production's there. Like the production, in the SEC, I think he's athletic. He's gonna test well. But yeah, I think probably I could see like I don't know. I need to find out I need to find him on some mock drafts. I'm thinking like late 3rd round, early 4th, maybe.
I feel like he could be third, 4th round. Honestly,
yeah, I agree.
Myles Garrett ran a 4.61, but he was 6'4", 268 when he got drafted.
Myles Garrett's a different.
Golly, dude.
Yeah, Myles Garrett's different.
Yeah, that's
the single season all-time sack leader.
Oh yeah, he got that just now or last game, didn't he? What was it, Jared Allen's record he beat?
Yeah, I think so. Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, almost better score here.
Hey, I think the over/under was 52. Was it?
Yeah.
This would go.
I think
a long way towards that.
A good segue here is I think we can finish out the half, and then we'll call it quits, skedaddle, and let you guys get to the second half to watch it. But get your questions in now because, like I said, we'll shut down the stream at halftime. But man, it's been a fun week, guys.
Can I ask about your overall just view of the portal? Have they satiated what you guys think you really needed to address in the portal? Obviously, you could say they should have gotten the big name or whatever, but I think they pretty much answered what in terms of just my own opinion, what they needed to get. Maybe one more D lineman if they can find one. But
go ahead, Trev.
I mean, yeah, you need a defensive lineman, but I think you've got all your starters for next year secured with this portal class. You need I'd like another offensive lineman. You're probably going to get another tight end. You need defensive line help. Probably take another edge. Probably another corner, maybe. I'm not sure you can necessarily count on Dakota Fields right out of the gate with the way, kind of Oregon went down. But, man, I guess a lot of it depends on you got to make sure that you bring back Kip and Isaiah. And then after that, like, what are we waiting on with Owen, right? Like, that's a potential starting linebacker, and you don't know whether or not he's back. So how do you address that in the portal, right? Obviously, Cole Sullivan, a big deal. But, yeah, I don't know what Oklahoma really needs. Obviously, tight end was the biggest thing for me, and boom, immediately Hayden Hansen addresses it. Boom, Rocky Beers addresses it. And then now – let's just sit back and see who our new tight end coach can bring in. And like my thing is, what was everybody's always biggest complaint last year, Chad, about Oklahoma's approach to the portal? Do you remember it?
It's conservative.
conservative, but also Moneyball, right? Oh, the Jim Nagy's gonna blah blah blah, Moneyball this, Moneyball that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, everybody was joking when we were talking about Rocky Beers, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna get a bunch of Colorado State players, no big deal. And I do think there are a lot of booms and busts from both G5 or G6 and P4. Like, I think that's more than proven. But you've got multi-year SEC starter, all ACC wide receiver, multi-year SEC starter, Big Ten player, former elite recruit, starter in the SEC, and then starter in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't complain anymore about that. Like, when you look at, their portal haul so far, and you have a guy who will be competing to start at center and competing to start at guard, a guy who's depth at running back, a guy who's probably TE2, and then a guy who's a developmental piece on the edge. Like, all those guys are your G6 guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody else you got, like, you're not relying on, a starter to come out of that group.
Yeah.
I think that's a big difference.
Is Tate coming back?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah. I haven't heard otherwise.
It's where we live in a world now where they don't announce you're the fastest 40 out of all three of us. I ain't running a 40. I don't know if
I don't know. If he not running, JP, I don't know who's faster.
JP, are you fast?
I am fast, in my opinion.
All right, I'll give it to you then. I don't have it. In my own opinion, I don't think I'm fast, so I'll give it to you.
I do come from my sister did run track at OU, so
sweet.
We do have the sprints in our family. I'm bigger than my sister, but I do move a little bit.
Shout out, Drew. Someone asked earlier if I was an ambulance chaser. No, I don't do personal injury, but that's a pejorative. So.
Kirby, bro.
Stop that.
Oh my gosh, we're officially an hour and 37 minutes, and we've officially made it off of the rails.
Yeah, indeed. Has Chad ever chased an ambulance? I don't know what kind of question that is.
They use that term for
an attorney
personal
question.
Injury. Yeah, it's like a personal injury. Like it's like a pejorative phrase for them. No, I'm not a personal injury attorney, but don't knock personal injury attorneys. They do good work when they need. Sometimes, they have that. What is it? The people say sometimes they just go looking for injuries to sue and like.
Yeah.
No, I don't. But sometimes, like, you really do. People mess up, and you need to have a way to get some sort of compensation for that.
There's a one of the big UT accounts, UT Law, personal injury or injury attorney, whatever. He was the one that was like, Parker Livingston was paid at least 2 times what Texas was offering by Oklahoma. If you don't believe it, you're an idiot or whatever. Anybody who says otherwise is dumb. So I was like, so the Texas media that's reporting that, they're all dumb. He's not doing that, whatever. That's, don't be stupid. And then I just posted Bobby Burton from On Texas Football saying that they were similar. And it's like, who do you think you are? Like, how would you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, who are your sources that are like, oh, we're going to tell you how much each team's like, what are we doing here? I think he's an ambulance chaser.
That is yeah. All that stuff about like being paid much more, unless you're coming from like straight Jim Nagy or one of those Taylor Red, one of the guys that deal with that contract. It's like who knows? I mean, who knows really? I mean, Trav, you would obviously have a better connect to know that kind of stuff. But even then, I'm sure you've gotten different numbers for the same player sometimes from different people.
Yeah, well, and so much of it, like, it's also incentivized. Like,
yeah, true.
And it's scheduled out differently. Like, it's backloaded. So it's, I don't know. It's wild out there. We actually just got another email assessment because we're working with the Tulsa Portal House.
Mm-hmm.
So Tulsa football is using our assessments to help them just with their expediting the relationships with all their portal visitors. So it's funny, we're talking portal. I just got one in my email. So I'll have to hop off soon and text GM and the coach.
They can score 55 seconds. That'd be clutch.
That'd be great for over bettors. I'm not saying I'm one. I'm just saying that there's probably people that bet the over.
Is that what it was?
I think it was 52, right? 51 and a half, 52. Yeah, this would be who got ball first? I forgot. Ole Miss got the ball first, right?
Yeah, they chose to receive. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, no timeouts.
No timeouts. You better get to going.
Where do you see a whale at, Kirby? What are you talking about?
There are leaves behind you, right?
Huh?
Are those leaves in that picture behind you?
Those are leaves. I hope he's not talking about the other picture. Because you're talking about the other picture, we're going to have to fight.
The other picture is covered by the live tag for me, so.
Oh, he is. It's a picture of my father, sir.
Wait, which one? The one like right here on the wall?
Yeah.
Oh, well, to be fair, he can only see the bottom of it.
Yes, that's why I'm giving him a benefit of the doubt.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's crazy. We making comments on people's dead fathers in here.
Yeah, wow. All right. Well. No, Kirby, you got to wear this one.
Yeah, you got to wear it, brother.
Wow. That's all right. Called JP's deceased father a whale. Wow.
Never be able to live it down.
That's brutal.
Just getting close to field goal range.
Do we think that they score here, or do we think that they are in terms of a touchdown, or we think they're doing taking a field goal?
I think they kick a field goal.
Yeah.
I think Miami's going to call timeout. They're like, whoa. They're running, hurry up. We got to chill. And up to 1,733 people. Not a bad little.
Thank you all for letting me hop on again. Appreciate
it. Of course.
Hey, for all those watching, I'm going to take advantage of the large number of viewership. T and I, on our Sooner Smith show every Monday at 7, are interviewing KJ Kindler next Monday, or this coming Monday.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So, if any of y'all are interested in that, hop on. Base Kirby, you can watch. That's I'm just messing with you. But no, we're excited.
This should be fun.
Yeah. 7-time national champion winner. It's wild.
This is this is probably the most viewers we've had in a minute. We typically average about 1,000. But it's getting up to 2 today.
God, I love those jerseys.
We almost secured a portal entry of our own, tonight, but just couldn't work out. Oh, I almost threw a pick. Didn't work out tonight.
JP's ahead of me, and I'm ahead of Chad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say nothing then.
I think my stream is like running on those little where you had to crank the radio to get battery power to it. That's literally what my stream is on right now.
He got a hamster on the inside of his screen running circles.
Seriously.
I don't know what the biggest space was. It was 9,000 or 10,000.
Yeah, I just
what a throwback.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, we were the biggest. We were the biggest Twitter space in the entire world, 9 nights in a row. So
you remember that one time you went to sleep?
Second night.
No way.
Yeah, because first night we had so many people on there, and I had to meet my personal trainer at the gym at 6. And at 5, I was like, we're still on. And I was like, oh my gosh, like guys, I gotta log off. I gotta go to the gym. Like
he's kicking this 58-yarder, guys.
Like I haven't slept at all. So I just have to go to the gym. Well, the next night, obviously I'm so tired. I get there and I've got my AirPods in, and never a doubt.
Wow.
So I've got my AirPods in, and I'm like, I think Parker was talking, answering a question or something like that. And I laid my phone on my chest and I just passed out. And like they went back to me, and I was just nobody was there. So yeah, I woke up and there was still like 400 people in there, just like that all fell asleep as well. And I'm the only one that got in the space, so it was hilarious. Tattoo took the screenshot and was like, "Well, OU sleepover, Sooner sleepover." Everybody's in Travis's Twitter space, just passed out. Man, that was a hectic time. Man, that was a fun time. That was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, wild times. But all right, I think it may be time to call it a night.
Thanks again, man, for letting me hop on, guys. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming. And
I was surprised. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what? Chad's in the waiting room. What are we doing? So it was a nice surprise.
No, we appreciate everybody for coming on. I mean, 1,700 live viewers is pretty cool, and we will. Well, they just kicked it. You'll see out of bounds, and we'll see what that ends up with. But hit the like button on your way out if you're on YouTube. If you're on X, just repost it. And go check it back out. The rest of the week, because you guys can see it on YouTube still, even after the live show. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you back here next week. Trav, be safe in Columbus. Chad, have a good night, brother. We'll see everybody then. Boomer.
Sooner.